Hey everybody, welcome back to Wednesday Night Worship and the Word. If you have been hanging out with us for the past several weeks, you know that we've been having some very important and interesting conversations regarding the current climate within our culture as we've shifted gears and we have brought a lot of attention has been brought to our Black community and the centuries-old problem of racism within our country, and it's really becoming evident that the time is now where real change is needed. It's always been needed, but it really seems that now we might be shifting gears to where that's going to happen. And we've even seen it within our community recently here in Fort Wayne. The city council member that said some things that were out of line and has since resigned. And so it really seems as though those changes are happening. And what we're trying to do here at Ignite is just have some conversations and get to the real pain that people are feeling and the very real reasons why they're feeling that so that we can develop real compassion and understanding and empathy. And you'll recall a few weeks ago, I had read something that my friend Veronica here had written out for us to kind of get this ball rolling, and it really worked out very well. It kind of inspired the direction we've gone, and so I'm very thankful for that. And so, again, welcome, guys and gals, students, parents, everybody. This is another just conversation, and so we hope you'll stick around with us. We hope you will gain something from this, and if your heart needs change, we hope that change can be inspired, if not from us, from someone, something that you might watch or hear. So we're going to pray, Veronica, and then we're going to get started, okay? Heavenly Father, we come to you as always, humbled and grateful to be a part of your will and a part of your kingdom and to be shepherds of that will on this earth, Father. And we know that it is within your will to find answers to the problem that we're facing. And we know it is within your will, Father, to bring all of our communities together and to bring unity and joy and love. And so, Father, that's our goal. And we just ask for open hearts and open minds as we talk. Father, we ask that anybody listening, just fill them with the Holy Spirit, fill them with compassion and empathy. And if there is something that they find out or hear, any of us, Father, but myself included, if we hear or see anything that tells us we need to change our attitude, let us be open to that. That's all we can ask. That's where real change comes from, Father, is changing hearts. And that's our goal. And so we seek to be shepherds of your will, and we praise you for this opportunity. We love you in Jesus' name. All right, so we'll just dig right in, kind of. Real quick, Veronica, you are in social work in some capacity, right? Your kind of your whole career has been.
Yeah, well, at least like for about the last 10 years of my career. I was in real estate before that, but yeah. Social work and kind of human services is like my wheelhouse.
Okay. All right, cool. So that said, I just kind of wanted to reestablish that up front. There, you are when you are in that career field, for lack of a better way to put it, you're going to be privy to programs and to things out there for communities and for people and all of those sorts of things, which is, in my opinion, especially as it applied to what you typed out, makes you very qualified to speak on certain things. And anyway, so the first question I wanted to ask you is, in your life or in your experience with others, what are some of the more subtle or most subtle ways that you experience or have experienced racism?
Well, like I think I have a unique experience in terms of racism. Like, I'm one of those African Americans who cannot count on like fingers and toes, both hands, the amount of times that I've experienced racism from a very young age. So it's in the nuances. It's something you're at a sleepover and something comes up missing and you're the prime suspect. It's being told that, wow, you speak so well. You know, it's well, okay, I didn't want to make you angry. You know, it's like the little things that some may consider an assumption about a person.
Right.
But then when you notice that there's a group having the same assumption about you, then you have to attribute it to racism.
Yeah.
So there's been so many like minor occurrences that it kind of almost blurs the line between feeding into a stereotype and actively practicing. Like there isn't an active practice to racism.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think the most subtle would be like things that occurred when I was in elementary and middle school, being excluded, kids having to have arguments with their parents so I could be invited to the birthday party, expectations of my family not having as much as my peers' family, like things like that kind of pointed to the direction that whatever my friends were relaying to me was because it was what they were hearing or experiencing at home.
Yeah.
That's racism. You know what I mean? Like my friends might have had an undue assumption about me, but it was due to what was being taught in the home. So I think things like that occurred when I was younger were probably so subtle that it took me until I was older to really kind of pick up on what was shaping my opinions as I got older, you know.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up here in Fort Wayne.
In Fort Wayne, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
I grew up in Southwest Allen County. My parents have lived in Pecan Shores for the last 40 years.
Yeah.
They're from Louisiana by way of Chicago. And interestingly enough, my dad worked for Citgo Petroleum at those big oil rigs that are right outside of Huntington.
Yeah, okay.
So my parents were living in Chicago at the time. My dad was coming to Fort Wayne to look for a house for my sister and my mom. I hadn't been born yet. And so he talks to the realtor, explains to the realtor, I work in Huntington, blah, 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 not a big deal. This is my job. And the realtor explained to him that I do not believe that it would be safe for me to sell you a house in Huntington. I don't believe it would be safe for you and your family. Now, this is 40 years ago.
That's what was my question about what was around the time.
Yeah, so my sister was, so this was maybe like 72 to 74 in that range. And he was just real honest with him. So he said, let me get you as close as I can to your job without putting you in Roanoke or Huntington. Keep in mind, my dad's 5'3". So he's not like this big, burly, man, I mean, he's a giant to me, but, an outsider looking in is going to see a smaller person. And the realtor just knew that, the realtor was under the assumption that my dad would not be able to protect his family moving into Roanoke or Huntington. So he got them as close as he could, so the commute would be the shortest. Yeah. And that's how they ended up in Pecan Shores in the 70s. And so I was born at Lutheran, brought home to the house that they live in right now. They've never moved since they came here. Yeah. So I was a Haverhill Summit Homestead kid, So I was blessed with the opportunity to have parents that were financially in a means that I had like a fantastic childhood. I can't sit here and say that my home life was horrible. Like every family has their problems, But I can say that a majority of the issues that I had growing up were due to things that took place outside of my household. In my younger years, there were some inside problems, but as I got into elementary, middle, and high school, like it was primarily like outside problems. Yeah. My race was always a point of mention. And like I said, most of the time my friends thought that my family didn't have as much. That we were poor. I would get teased because even though my friends wash their hair every day, I wash my hair once a week. So that meant I was grosser than them. Right, yeah. Having people say, well, you think you're cool just because you're black. Like those type of situations are kind of like what shaped the fight that I had for being black. Like I'm very proud of that. We just did my sister just did our DNA test, and I'm literally like 93% African.
Oh, that's super cool.
That just made me feel like amazing.
And it makes a lot of sense with what you said, in that you wouldn't pick up a body family.
Yeah, like we came literally from West Africa to Virginia to Mississippi to Louisiana. That's it. You know what I mean? So I know that if I ever got an opportunity to trace my lineage, like I would find such a rich history.
That's super cool.
You know, and I'm very proud of that. Like,
yeah, you should be.
I think there's a difference between being Black American and being African American, and I think that the ability to be just a few generations from where you came from, like that is killer.
Yeah.
You know, there's not a lot of Black Americans can say that.
Sure.
You know what I mean? And
sure.
So I'm interested to kind of like dig deeper and be like, what tribe are my people from?
I know, right? Yeah.
I want to know so bad.
I will go way off the beaten path, but on that note, my mom years ago gave me this binder, and I must have just took for granted what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Just put it away, and when we were moving it, we had found it, and it turned out to be my entire maternal grandfather's family lineage, all the way back to original 1715 coming over. My great-great-great-grandfather was like an original Indiana settler or Indiana pioneer, and super cool stuff. So I encourage you to take that. I say that because I encourage you to take that path. Because the second I applied the information I had to the internet and discovered all the work everybody else in the world was doing, fascinating stuff. Yes. Cool. It's very cool. Anyhow, and super neat that Orlando also, his family wound up here from, it was Alabama, wasn't it? Yeah, it was from Alabama via Chicago, interestingly enough.
Yeah, that's a very popular path.
Is it?
Yeah. From the South to Chicago to here. There's a lot of people in the South who have family members that are in the Chicago area. I'm not sure. I think probably something during the industrial age. I'm thinking, you know. But that's a pretty common flight pattern almost.
Very interesting. The things you learn. Hey guys, I really, really hope you enjoyed the first part of my conversation with Veronica there. You know, throughout everything she told us, we really began to get a really in-depth look at who Veronica is and her history and what she has experienced. And she said something that really stuck out to me. She said that all of these situations have shaped the fight that she has. And it really, that statement just encompasses what we're trying to do, which is to have real conversations with real people with real hurt and pain for very real reasons. And so I hope you enjoyed that. And I wanted to just let you know kind of what this is going to look like moving forward. We've been having some really awesome conversations, but because they're so awesome, they're taking a lot of time. And we don't want to pull anything out. We don't want to take anything away. We want you to get the full experience of these conversations that we're having because they're so very important. So as a result, we're just changing things a little bit. All right, you're going to see a little bit shorter videos posted more frequently. So make sure you tune in on Friday specifically for part 2 of my conversation with Veronica. And then on Monday again as we go to part 3. And then next week you're going to see more and more. And we're just going to provide everything that we've heard and seen to you so that you can begin to understand and be empathetic and compassionate. Because that's what this is all about. Learning to love each other. No matter the circumstances surrounding who we are, what we look like, any of that. Because we are all children of Jesus Christ. We all bleed the exact same blood. So again, changing things a little bit. Hope you enjoy the worship. And we'll see you not next week. Almost got me. We'll see you guys on Friday.